Welcome back, dear students. Here I am with my new video on discovering Tut. The saga continues. In this video, I am going to give you the detailed explanation of the story. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to view my previous video on the same lesson. It will help you to understand the lesson in a better way. So let's start. He was just a teenager when he died, the last heir of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. He was laid to rest, laden with gold, and eventually forgotten. Since the discovery of his tomb in 1922, the modern world has speculated about what had happened to him, with murder being the most extreme possibility. I have told you in my previous video that Tut was just 9 years old when he became the king of Egypt, and he died young when he was just 19 years old. His family, being so powerful, had ruled Egypt for centuries. And when he died, he was buried with a lot of gold and was forgotten. But when in 1922 his tomb was found, the world got curious to know what had actually happened to him, as there was a great possibility that he was murdered. Now, when in 80 years he left his tomb, he went under a CT scan that provided a clear data about his life and death and about the forensic reconstruction of this boy king. An angry wind stirred up ghostly dust devils as King Tut was taken from his resting place in the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of the Kings. Dark-bellied clouds had scudded across the desert sky all day and now were veiling the stars in casket grey. It was 6 p.m. on 5th January 2005. The world's most famous mummy, Gilded Head, first into a CT scanner, brought here to probe the lingering medical mysteries of this little understood young ruler who died more than 3,300 years ago. It was 5th January 2005 when Tut was taken out from his tomb in the Egyptian cemetery which is known as the Valley of the Kings. Suddenly, the whole atmosphere was changed. The wind started throwing the devils of the dust everywhere. The twinkling stars of the dull grey sky were covered by dark clouds. When finally the mummy came out, first of all, his head was scanned into a CT scanner, which was brought to the Egyptian desert to solve all the medical mysteries and to understand the reason of this young ruler's death who had died 3,300 years ago. All afternoon, the usual line of tourists from around the world had descended into the cramped rock-cut tomb some 26 feet underground to pay their respects. They gazed at the murals on the walls of the burial chamber and peered at Tut's gilded face, the most striking feature of his mummy-shaped outer coffin lid. Some visitors read from guidebooks in a whisper, others stood silently, perhaps pondering Tut's untimely death in his late teens, or wondering with a shiver if the pharaoh's curse, death, or misfortune falling upon those who disturbed him was really true. Throughout the day, the tourists from all around the world descended into his narrow rock-cut tomb, which was about 26 feet underground, to have a glimpse of this boy king. They observed the pictures made on the walls of his burial chamber and saw his gilded face, which was crafted on the coffin lid and was the most attractive feature of it. Some of the visitors read something from their guidebooks in a low voice, while others stood silently. Either they were thinking about Tut's untimely death or they were afraid of the curse that whosoever disturbed the boy king, either misfortune will fall on him or he will die. The mummy is in very bad condition because of what Carter did in 1920s, said Zahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, as he leaned over the body for long first look. Howard Carter, that is, was the British archaeologist who, in 1922, discovered Tut's tomb after years of futile searching. Its contents, though hastily ransacked in antiquity, were surprisingly complete. They remain the richest royal collection ever found and have become part of the pharaoh's legend. Stunning artifacts in gold, their eternal brilliance meant to guarantee resurrection, caused a sensation at the time of the discovery and still get the most attention. But Tut was also buried with everyday things he would want in the afterlife, like board games, a bronze razor, linen undergarment, cases of food and wine. When in 2005 the mummy was taken out, it was in very bad condition because of the damage that Carter had given to it. Now, who was Howard Carter? Howard Carter was actually the archaeologist who had discovered Tut's tomb in 1922 after many years of searching, and it was quite surprising that its contents were complete. The treasures that had always been a part of Pharaoh's stories was actually found with him. There were precious artifacts, all made of pure gold. Their never ending splendor was a proof of life after death. This discovery had thrilled the whole world and is still getting the most attention. But the treasure was not the only thing. There were everyday items that Tut would want after life, like board games for his entertainment, linen undergarments, food, wine, etc. Dear children, this is enough for today. I hope now the things are clear to you. We'll continue the same lesson in our next video. Till then, keep reading, keep learning and keep watching Philomaths classes.